the concept of the quarterly rocks. Do you want to talk about
Mhm.
that a little bit and how you apply that to your business?
Yeah, so rocks really kind of drive everything. Everyone, it's very easy to get distracted as an entrepreneur because you got people throwing things at you. Check this out, check that out. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? And that's been my hardest thing as an entrepreneur as we've really scaled with the vending stuff is like learning how to say no. And that's probably the biggest value I've gotten from the quarterly rocks is like, okay, here's our focus points for this quarter. If whatever I'm being asked to do doesn't align with that, like it's not personal, but I only have so many hours in a day, so I got to pass on that thing that's not a rock that ultimately is going to drive where we want to go as a company.
It reminds me a lot of agile software development
Mhm.
when you have a sprint. And anytime these requests come in from, say, you're building something for customers and they have all these requests come in, you're not working on those because you're working on this sprint and you table those and put them on a product backlog and then you can evaluate when you're done with your sprint or like with quarterly rocks, when you're done with that quarter, you can look at all these other requests that came in and then prioritize and establish new quarterly rocks.
Yeah, and that's a great. So we did a ton of the agile methodology with our engineers in Menlo Park, and that is a great analogy because what you'll realize is when you put all those what I would consider distractions right now on the back burner or on the wait list, so to speak, for your rocks, when you get done with that quarter, you'll realize all those things aren't actually a priority anyway. So like, why get distracted by this UI feature from one request that over time you realize isn't even a priority anyway. So that's why I love like, back to the quarterly rocks is like, okay, yeah, I'll get to that in let's say January after this quarter, and you'll realize if you focus on your rocks, like all those other things will just happen to take care of themselves.